Hey you guys, it's Riz here again with Musang Little Wildcats, and today I'm going to be talking about some awesome vegetables. So it's springtime here in the Pacific Northwest, and there are a lot of vegetables to choose from. So you've got things like lettuces and cabbages, for example, that have been growing actually through the winter, and now a lot of them are ready to be harvested. So those are ready and fresh. We've got the spring onions, of course, has spring in its name, so why not, even though you can get these all year round. And also, another type of vegetable that you'll get at this time of year are the root vegetables. These would have been grown or planted in the fall, and they'll actually winter over, so you'll have things like carrots, for example, which have just been freshly dug from a local farm, and then vegetables that we've also just stored over the winter, like the kamote, the sweet potatoes, are readily available and we can use for cooking. Because we're here in the West Coast, we have access to all sorts of vegetables that we can get year-round. So in California, you can get things that normally you'll get here during the summer. Things like green beans, for example, are nice and fresh and haven't come from a long distance, and other vegetables as well. So this is the perfect opportunity to cook things like lumpiang sariwa, for example. Sariwa means fresh, so you gotta make lumpia sariwa during the springtime with all these fresh vegetables. And since it's still a little bit cold here in Seattle, I love a bowl of sopas, and so that with the macaroni and the warm soup with these fresh vegetables is just perfect. So let's get cooking.
We're back.
We are.
Take it away, Amelia.
Hi, I'm Amelia. And this is
Atamel.
And we're making spring sopas for you guys today.
Amelia, what are sopas? What is sopas?
I have no idea.
What?
I guess it's kind of like a soup.
Okay.
I've never had it.
So from your answer, you're gonna be learning with me along with all these people at home. Yes. Well, great. Spring sopas or sopas is our Filipino version of chicken noodle soup. So there's chicken, there's elbow macaroni, and the secret ingredient is evaporated milk. I know that you're probably like, oh my gosh, what is this gonna taste like? Because I know you, but it's gonna be really delicious.
I bet.
So syrup, and I just can't wait for you to try it. So let's get started, guys.
Let's do it.
All right, so first up, we're gonna cook the chicken breast.
So we're gonna trim it.
We're gonna trim it. What does it mean to trim the chicken, Amelia?
We're gonna cut off all the yucky fat that doesn't look nice and probably not taste good.
Yep.
Then we're gonna cut it in half.
Yes, because this is
lengthway.
Yeah, because this is a giant chicken breast. Cutting it in half is gonna help us cut the cooking time down.
Okay.
And so we're just gonna put this in this pot.
Yes.
So a couple of tricks, because we can do this a couple of ways. There's this wonderful item called Knorr Chicken Bouillon. It is jammed packed with flavor, and it will cut down some of the prep work that you have to do. It is a chicken-based broth, and we're gonna put that actually with the chicken with water, and we're gonna let that simmer, and then we're gonna shred the chicken once it's cooked.
Add some water in there.
So add some water.
6 cups.
Yep. So this also flavors the water, which we'll use as the stock and broth for our chicken, or for our spring sopas. So it's just kind of a cheat. If you don't have chicken bouillon, you can make your own chicken stock. Just hold on. It looks so like greasy. Bouillon.
That's where the flavor is from.
Exactly. You can make your own chicken stock by using water, getting a bone-in chicken. So you can get a thigh, you can get a whole chicken, but this is just an easier way. I really like chicken breast with this dish, but you can kind of sneak some extra flavor tools in there by adding bay leaves. I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper, And we're gonna put that on the pot. Okay. And by pot, I mean stove.
Stove.
All right. So, we can talk about the vegetables.
What vegetables?
The beauty of this dish, I mean, we're calling it spring sopas, but sopas can be made year round. The beauty of it is that you can really add any vegetables that you have in your fridge.
Yeah.
You can add asparagus, you can add garlic scapes because those are both in season. Today we're making more of a classic version, which has the carrots, celery, Napa cabbage. We're gonna throw in some green beans for color and some crunch. And the neighbors upstairs are really loud. But yeah, it's super simple. So Amelia, if you want to peel carrots,
yes.
we can use the different colors so we can add colors.
Sure. How many carrots?
Let's do 1 orange, yellow, and purple. Perfect. Do you think this is a dish that Maya would like to eat?
Yes, because she loves soup a lot.
Soup
And
is so good.
So is my my little baby. She loves soup.
What's her favorite soup?
Sinigang.
Made by Musang.
Yes.
Only by Musang.
And then she just tried the pancit lomi.
Oh yeah.
On my birthday.
And
that's her new favorite.
Looks like we're gonna have to have Maya come help us in the kitchen
Yes.
soon. Awesome. I love a soup. So it's kind of similar to like tinola or sotanghon, which have noodles. Chicken tinola doesn't, but it's that kind of idea of that rich chicken broth. This one my mom would actually make when I was sick, and the fact that there was noodles, aka Elbow Macaroni, just made it so much more fun because I was a kid. Sometimes you have to like make it fun for kids, you know? But she never actually used evaporated milk. She would use whole milk.
Oh, wow.
And so today we're actually going to do it more traditionally and use this evap milk. All right. We can
peel the carrots.
Peel the carrots. You can cut them into nice bite-sized pieces.
Nice bite-sized.
Mm-hmm.
Cubes?
Let's do cubes.
Oh, all right.
You can get creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What else about this dish? Where did the inspiration of macaroni come from and canned evaporated milk? I'm pretty sure it happened when the Americans came to the Philippines. I'm pretty sure they also used evaporated milk because access to fresh milk was a lot more limited during that time. And it still brings a nice richness and creaminess to the dish. So yeah.
I'm excited to try it.
I know. It's got all the good things. Vegetables, because we're always trying to get kids to eat more vegetables.
Yes.
There's nice colors, so kids.
Ooh, look at this
see,
purple carrot.
Kids can see them and be like, ooh, there's colorful veggies in my soup.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna look at my question sheet because I've ran out of questions for you.
Oh no, you spilled them. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's okay. I apologize. There you go.
Wait, so your family never made this dish?
No, I've never had it, ever.
Are you gonna make this dish for them now?
Possibly.
I think you'll love it, honestly.
I might like it. Well, they like pasta.
They love pasta. It's like
and they love soup, so it's like
it's
match made in heaven.
Perfect opportunity.
Should I make it small dice? Or dice it up?
A little bigger.
Okay, like
yeah,
this?
like that. So they can see them in there, and there's nice texture.
Okay.
So when they eat it.
Cool. Okay.
Perfect. All right, next up is our celery, and you can cut it in the same way.
Okay.
We're gonna kind of do the trinity of the soup, which is always onion, carrot, celery. It's always a good base for when you're making soups. It has sweetness from the carrots and crunch from the celery. Yeah. If you ever want to just make soup, you can just make it with those three things. It might be a little bland, but just throw in a chicken and you're good.
Or the chicken bouillon.
Or the this. Did your family use this growing up?
No.
No? Your family's like the super family, that's why. But it's such an easy way to make things taste delicious.
I never even saw that ever.
Ever?
Until I came to Seattle.
Until she came to Musang and saw. This might be her secret ingredient.
I was just hiding in Hawaii all day.
I know, making the perfect spam musubis.
And then the onion?
Yep, onion. And then we'll probably add a couple cloves of garlic too.
Half and
Half.
Same
Same
shape.
size. So it makes for an even cooking time. Okay. I'm gonna check on the chicken. It's starting to boil, which is perfect.
When did your mom make sopas?
I think she learned it from my grandma. Her mom would always cook soup. So there's this other dish called mislan or swam na mais, which is a corn soup with bitter melon. But I don't know, my grandma's really good at cooking soups. But this is one I think that she'd always just make for when we were sick because it's really easy to make and really healthy and delicious. So, but it's funny because my
I'm not crying. It's just I'm so excited.
Oh, Amelia.
I know. Should have cut this into little pieces.
Yes, please. Mince it up. I think a lot of these dishes that we're sharing with everyone are dishes that are kind of familiar,
Yeah.
but not super familiar with some folks, so we can expand,
Yeah.
people's repertoire of Filipino food. Plus, they're really easy.
Napa?
Okay. Napa cabbage you can shred.
Are we using this whole thing? Half?
Let's use half.
Quarter.
A quarter. This is a giant Napa.
This is.
Usually they're not this large, but. Okay. And instead of Napa, you can use bok choy. You can use spinach. I like cabbage because the texture in the soup is really nice.
And it holds.
It holds. Plus, with the macaroni and stuff, you kind of want some texture. Just like simple cutting for like kids to do too, like starting, knife work. Hopefully soon we can have the Musang little Wildcats back in the shop.
Hopefully. That would be amazing.
And have kids classes again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What's next?
This one is the last.
Are we putting onion in there too?
We can use it as garnish.
Okay. These are same size?
You can do these like an inch so they can see them. So pretty, all the colors.
Yeah, I like
It's
the
like
colors.
springtime. When I think of sopas, I think about like Easter time,
Oh, okay.
which is kind of like it's not a heavy soup like you think for like the fall, but like
Not like a Roscaldo.
exactly where you're like, oh my god, it's so heavy. But
Yeah.
I think this is a great one for us as we enter in the warmish weather, but it's still pretty cold. So, all right,
Yes.
that's it. That was so quick. What do you think, Amelia?
I think I could. I think I could do it.
I think you could do it. I have no doubt about it. All right, so we've got our soup pot, and we are going to just saute the carrots, onions, and celery with the garlic to start. And some oil. And so we're going to saute them to draw out more flavor. Because since it's such a pretty simple food, like soup, there's a little bit of caramelization that will happen, add more flavor. It's gonna smell like home. And then,
Some garlic in there too?
yeah, let's do it. Don't run out of oil. Hold on.
dry. More sounds of flavor.
Exactly. All right, I'm gonna season it with a tiny bit of Johnny's, so it will draw out the liquid and bring out more flavors.
Okay.
And then at this point too, we don't want to super overcook the veggies.
Okay.
We still want them kind of al dente, because we're still gonna add the broth and the noodles. And we don't want everything to be super mushy. We want flavor and texture. You know what I mean?
I do.
I know you're a fan of texture.
I am.
Smells so good.
Okay. We got ready to go.
Yeah, but it smells amazing.
Then what?
We have to add our chicken broth and then the noodles.
Okay.
Alright. See how beautiful this looks?
Do we add all of it? Do you want this bay leaf?
No,
Okay.
you can keep it far away.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It's fine in there. Keep poaching the chicken. Do you want to give it a taste, Amelia? Oh, sure. See what you think so far? See if we need to add anything.
No, I think it's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything that we need to add? Maybe some Knorr.
Let's do it. Let's do
Okay.
the Knorr. I think some fish sauce too.
I think so too. We can add a little bit of flavor. Alright, so Knorr's gonna add some umami, good savoriness, and the fish sauce adds some funk. I'm only gonna open it. Oh no, that's my vaccinated arm.
Okay.
It still hurts. Alright. Add the mac.
How much macaroni do you usually put?
We can just start with a cup.
Oh. Okay. It's not gonna absorb a lot.
We'll add more liquid.
Okay.
Alright. Also, if you're making this ahead of time, you can cook your macaroni separately, because Marzel earlier also had mentioned that when her mom would make it, the noodles would absorb all the liquid and it would just be like
Mush.
mush. So you can cook it separately to save yourself from that. Yeah, I'm gonna taste it.
It smells really good.
And it's so fast and easy to make. I feel like people should just, you know, if you are at home and are like, what am I gonna make tonight? Just check what veggies you have.
That's good.
Like, I feel like sometimes people think soup pasta takes so long, but it really doesn't.
Maybe that's why I've never made it.
I know. That's super syrup. All right, let's check on our chicken and see if we can start shredding it.
Or just put it right there.
Just put it on
And you're adding the rest of the liquid in there?
Yes. Yes. All right. Grab some forks for you so you can shred the chicken. Yeah.
So is this a good technique that I'm
I think
doing?
that's a great technique. Super easy. It keeps your hands from getting burnt. Amelia's just taking the forks and shredding. And it's okay if there's a little bit more cooking time left on the chicken because it's going to cook in the soup. Make sure you stir so the noodles don't get stuck to the bottom.
Oh.
Oh, this is going to be so good.
Smells good already.
And you don't have to eat it with rice. I mean, you should eat it with rice, but since there's
Wow, with rice, that's like ultimate. It's carb.
Everything carb. It's like the idea of eating pancit with rice.
That's like spaghetti with rice. You eat spaghetti with rice.
I don't eat spaghetti with rice.
Oh.
Maybe Filipino spaghetti.
My husband has to eat rice with spaghetti.
Really? Like, even if it's not Filipino spaghetti?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Marvin's my hero.
It didn't look like a lot of chicken, but now
I
it's
know,
like
that's a lot. That was a big breast. Big breast. Sorry. Sorry, kids. All right. Add.
Maybe I should do this because I feel it. I feel the fork bending because I'm using
'Cause
so much
she's
strength.
So strong. All right, chicken's going in. And then you've noticed that we haven't added the green beans or the cabbage. Those things take really quickly to cook. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing.
Wow.
Turn it up a little. Check on my mac noodles. They still need some time. You can see it's just full of veggies. Our veggies aren't overcooked. It's really colorful. Our noodles still need time.
Yeah.
But the thing about cooking your mac noodles inside here is they're gonna get so much flavor
Yeah, from all that.
from all the broth
Broth.
all the goodness.
There you go.
I feel like this would be really good with like leeks
Oh yeah, that'd be
and
good.
zucchini or asparagus.
There you go.
So this can be an any time of the year soup if you want it to be. Right. Amelia, look at it.
Wow, there's a lot of goodness in there.
It is. I'm gonna add some pepper. And cut up a scallion. I'm gonna add the green beans in now. And the cabbage.
Let me wash this in here.
All right. It looks like a lot of cabbage, but it's gonna cook down.
We're gonna cut this on a bias? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Show them your skills.
Not skillful, but
Oh, it looks so healthy. And the milk was always the last thing that you want to add.
did you ever add it and then it curdled up? No.
My mom would when I was younger.
Oh.
So don't do that. But she was also using whole milk, so.
Okay.
The noodles are starting to cook. You can make like a big pot of this and like eat it for the whole week. Like for your meal prep.
Yeah, that would be amazing. If
Super
it lasts that
healthy.
long.
Do you want to try it? See if we need anything else? That bouillon saved us so much time, you
Yeah.
guys.
Probably cut time in half.
Uh-huh.
That's really good.
All right.
Oh no, moment of truth.
The moment of truth. Evap milk.
I'm nervous.
I'm super nervous too.
You're making me sweat. I'm sweating. I've never seen this before, bro.
I know. So now you can see that the color has
really
changed. Okay. The color of our broth has changed. Oops.
Whoa.
Add a little bit more.
That looks really good.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just looks so colorful still too. Add some black pepper. And then we just let it simmer.
Until the noodles cook.
And then we're all done.
How far do we got in the noodles?
I think we're almost there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You should try one.
Okay. I'm excited.
Oh my god, you guys. Oh, it smells so good.
Perfect. I think it's good.
I think it's perfect. All right. That's our spring sopas, you guys.
That was super easy.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyone could make this. You can make it with your kids. You can substitute vegetables. Asparagus would be great. Leeks would be great. Different kind of greens, but
Yeah.
I feel like the cabbage is the best because it's really hearty. And
How
adds a
about
nice.
kale? You think kale would be
Yeah.
good with that?
Who knows? Maybe you should try this week, Amelia.
I will. I will report back and it will be amazing.
Yes. All right. Well, another episode of Musang Little Wildcats with
Amelia.
and Mel, and we're so happy that you're here with us. And as we finish the dish with some scallions, say thanks guys for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.